What is up, everyone? Hope you guys are all having yourself a amazing, blessed Tuesday. Hope you guys are all having yourself a crushing day. We have a special guest. If you guys don't know Mr. Zion as well, it's actually really funny. So Zion has joined my program around this time last year, and it's kind of crazy to see from where you started of being like, hey, I have this idea of I want to do copywriting, and then now you're working with clients, and now you're writing copy for all these clients as well, and really seeing your growth within these roughly about 8 to 10, maybe potentially 11 months. It's mind blowing, man, and I feel like this is gonna be an inspiring, interview training. But yeah, man, talk to me. How you feeling today?
Man, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. You know what I'm saying? Every day gets better.
Nice.
Yeah, and we're learning every day, which is like my favorite thing. And so that's one thing I love about copywriting is there's so much to learn. There's so
Yeah,
much to learn.
yeah. Talk a little bit more about that. In what way you mean?
Mhm. Yeah, man. So I mean, going from, you know what I'm saying, the way that like most people are raised just like as a, in school, you're raised, for me especially, I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna graduate high school, go to college, work a 9 to 5. And so that's the mindset that I have. And a lot of people were just taught like a 9 to 5 mindset. You put in the time, get the money, bam. But yeah, with copywriting, it's so different. And being like a little entrepreneur and everything.
Yeah,
And so you've got to have to, or for me, I'm just learning to completely like rewire the way that I think.
yeah.
I saw this one quote by, I believe it was Alex Hermosi, and he said just like success, at least with entrepreneurship, is not a time game, it's an actions game. And so I'm really just learning that, just like figuring out the right actions to do
Yeah.
that's gonna, help me progress and stuff. So,
For sure, for sure. And I think that's actually a really good point that you bring up. I think one big thing that I personally see with like a lot of entrepreneurs or copywriters in general is like we all have these big dreams. Like we want to make this 5, 6, 7, 8, 10K, but one of the biggest things is a lot of people aren't willing to put in the action. Right.
mhm.
And of course, that definitely does take time. Like time is definitely an important thing, but biggest thing, man, it's a matter of taking action. And for you as well, like, now that you've, officially made $8,000 in total so far inside your copywriting business, like you've taken the action. Right
Mhm.
now, of course, we're still had to take a little bit more action to continue to grow, continue to evolve, of course. But
Yeah.
it shows though what happens when you take the right amount of action, you have the right belief in yourself, and ultimately things just build up and work up as well.
100%. Yeah, man. Just
All right.
taking the consistent actions day after day, and it'll happen. It'll
One
happen.
thousand percent, 1,000%. Well, tell us a little bit more about yourself, Zion. Like again, like I know you and I've been, connected over the past year now, seeing your growth, man. It's inspiring, but kind of share with everybody who isn't familiar with exactly your story, your journey as well. And yeah, introduce yourself.
Absolutely. So I'm Zion Wood, just a young blood, light skin out of Oklahoma City. Uh, and I mean, it was like a year ago, around this time a year ago, that I was a junior in college. And I thought I was no, I was a senior. Yeah, I was a senior, and pretty much I was like looking around, is like I do not want to work a 9 to 5. And like, all the people I was with, they're like, signing for jobs or like thinking about it. And I was like, man, this isn't something that I want. So I was looking at things I wanted to do. I looked into copywriting in like 2019 just for the fun of it, but never really did anything. But yeah, and then Nick, you reached out to me, and because I was just in some copywriting groups, so I had a clarity call with you, and then you told me about your program. I was like, nah, I figured it out myself. And then it was like a week or two
I
later. I
remember
was like, yeah, I
that.
was like, you know what? Let me
Yeah,
not do this.
yeah,
Yeah, is time is money. I'm either have to pay with time or with money. And
yeah.
I was like, I would much rather just have, someone that's ride or die for me. And that's exactly what you've been. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, man, of course. And again, like this is why one, just to say as well, I think the biggest thing that you brought up as well is you either pay with time or money. Like trying to figure it
Mhm.
out. And it's funny too, because I do remember that when I kind of told you about the program, you were like, yeah, man, I think I'm gonna figure it out on my own. I was like, you got it, man. You got it, brother. Figure it out, man.
Yeah.
But nah, all jokes aside though, that was what you said too, like you either pay with time or money, right? There's like
Mhm.
ultimately two ways that you can build a business, right? Of course, figure it out by
Yeah.
yourself, right? And of course you can, but understand it may take weeks, months,
Mhm.
if not years to ultimately understand the foundation for building a business. Or
Yeah.
although you might have to spend a ton of money, money can always be replenished. Your time cannot, right?
Mhm.
So that's a really good line that you brought up as well, right? And kind of break down with us what do you really feel like was really the biggest problem that you had prior to joining the program? Was it building the business? Was it improving the skills as well?
I would say, yeah, first it would be building the business. It would be
Mhm,
building business. Because with copywriting, yeah, the first thing would be building the business 100% because I really didn't know where to start. And then, after that, obviously, like honing the skills, and that was part of it too. But yeah, first thing was, yeah, you can only watch so many YouTube videos and like just not have the confidence. Or for me, it was, I didn't want to waste my time like trying a whole bunch of things that didn't work.
mhm.
And so, yeah, that was it.
For sure, for sure. And what specifically about the business do you feel like was the biggest problem for you? Was it like getting the having the process, like having the system to get people onto calls? Was it understanding how to start outreaching to people? Like what was that number one thing?
Yeah. I mean, the very first thing I would say it was, yeah, just how to like start outreaching. Yeah,
Mm, for
100%.
sure, for sure. And even thinking about it as well, like now that I kind of see because well, like you've gone through the process of utilizing Facebook, utilizing the hybrid referral system as well. Like break that down with us, like how that has helped you to you know, really overcome that problem of not understanding the foundation of building the business and how utilizing Facebook by joining the groups, like now you have almost, 2,000 people on your friends list of people, again, now knowing who Zion is, which is crazy. So kind of
Yeah.
break that down with us.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, you teach us the hybrid referral method. I mean, like for me, I had no idea even where to start. And so, when you taught us that with Facebook, it's been going pretty well, pretty well. But yeah, I mean, I have like over 2,000 people who are in my friends list, which is I think it really just hit. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. And yeah, whenever I just post content and stuff like that, it's cool to see some good just like responses from people and stuff like that. For me personally, I'm working on it, but I'm a very like introvert, you know what I'm saying, kind of
Yeah.
guy. So I have done cold outreach and it's been like pretty good. But my favorite thing is just like kind of
Post
building
content.
my brand, yeah, on
Yeah.
social media.
1,000%.
And that's worked good for me. For me, that's worked really well
Hmm.
as well. Just being able to post like the mission posts and stuff and have like people reaching out
Nice.
to me. That's
Yeah.
always a really cool thing.
Love that. Love that. And talk a little bit more about that as well. Like with the
Mhm.
with the variety of different strategies, whether it be Messenger, Loom, or content as well. Like, of course, it's dependent on the person's personality, but it sounds like for you, and even
Mhm.
seeing it for myself as well, it sounds like when you're posting content, you're getting people reaching out to you, like you're getting, people engaging on your content. Like, talk a little bit more about that, with growing the friends list and even posting the
Mhm.
content as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So in my mind, kind of what I've noticed is especially because the minute you put CEO or founder or anything in your bio, you're gonna have hundreds of people reaching out to you. And me,
For
I'm just
sure.
yeah, just a little old copywriter, and I still have like at least like 2 or 3 people reach out to me all the time. So
Nice.
I was like, man, this is annoying, and I don't want to be another one of them. And so I was kind of doing some research, and especially on LinkedIn and stuff, and it finally clicked. From what I understand, business owners, they're also getting a whole bunch of DMs and stuff like that, and they're smart. They know when someone's trying to like cold pitch them and stuff like that. And most of the time, they also know what they want. If they want a copywriter, they're going to know it more times than not. And if they don't want a copywriter, it's going to be near impossible, just trying to reach out to them cold and try to get them,
Yeah.
to like, book a call and stuff with you. So I just add a whole bunch of people, on Facebook that are kind of my ideal clients, people I would like to work with, and then just post content that I would think that they would like, not necessarily like how to stuff, more of like authority content and like telling stories
Mm,
that they can relate to and just stay on the top of mind that this guy knows what he's doing.
Love that.
And yeah, if I need a copywriter, he sounds like he knows what he's doing.
Love that. Love that. And from your content as well, because I remember you had mentioned as well, like you've that type of content that you do in your profile, like the how I was able to do XYZ,
Mhm.
or variety of different contents as well. Like, have you gotten people saying like, "Hey Zion, I'd love to see exactly what you're doing. Can I book a call with you?" Like, have you gotten people messaging you or even commenting on your post saying that they want to book a call with you?
Mhm. Yeah, I think it was is my last testimony I posted of just kind of helping, a guy grow like his cold email or warm up his cold email list and stuff.
Nice.
And I just said, here's some results, some cool results, whatever. And someone
Nice.
commented was like, I need help with this as well, but when can we talk? Just
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's crazy to see like the correlation of when you start building your brand,
Mhm.
of you now have start building up a following of people that you want to work with. So not necessarily joining, job board Facebook groups and applying to jobs, but
Mhm.
rather you're requesting people as friends of people who you want to work with. You're growing that brand, you're building that following. And as you're now posting content of whether it be, authoritative posts, mission posts, XYZ
Mhm.
posts, more people are seeing your stuff, whether it be testimonies as well. More people are seeing your stuff. You get people commenting on your stuff saying, "Hey, I'd like to learn more about this. Can I book a call with you as well?" And I think that's the foundation of actually building the business. Because I was listening to Alex Hermosi and his $100 million leads book, and he was talking about this concept of building an audience, right?
Yeah.
Building an audience of people that you want to work with. And as you continue building up and building up and building up that audience, the more people are going to ultimately see exactly what you're doing because the money's in the list. The money's in the
Mhm.
existing group, the existing audience of people that are following you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's powerful to see that correlation of how we can incorporate a friends list, which is completely mind blowing to me. It still is to me, but requesting people as friends, them accepting your friend requests, and now people are reaching out to you.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, but I mean it's a really great thing. Yeah, just to, like build that brand. And I don't know where I guess I've probably heard from a few things, but
Yeah,
pretty much is like to kind of like actually I just it was today I heard it from it was Gary Vee who said it, but it was Herman Hosey talking about it. Man, we talk about it all the time.
yeah,
But just yeah, just to like you're a great thing when building a brand is really just to be you. And if you be you, like people resonate with that and like connect with
1,000%.
you and emotionally and stuff that way.
1,000%, 1,000%. And that's the foundation of building that brand, right? Because you try to be
Mhm.
somebody else, like you're not ultimately building a brand, you're building a brand to somebody else, right? So yeah,
Yeah.
man, for sure, for sure. And kind of tell us kind of break it down with everybody as well. Like, why specifically did you, choose this program over any other program? Because of course there's a variety of different, coaching programs, courses out there.
Mhm.
But what really resonated with this program specifically, and what made you want to really take that leap into joining our program?
Yeah, 100%. I would say it's just like the mentorship is a big thing,
Mm,
because you know, I could try to like get some courses and stuff like that, which I think those are cool, but at least like when you're very first started, I just want to make sure I was going in the right direction. And I was like, well, what better way than to just follow what someone else did, because you already had success in copywriting. It'd just be super easy to follow what you're doing because obviously it works. And so I would really just say the mentorship and being able to, whenever I have any questions, I can ask you. If I
mm,
write some copy, I can get you to look over it, get some second eyes, and yeah, just kind of like being a like when you ever go bowling, like the guardrails, or whatever. That's
yeah,
kind of how I look as like the mentorship.
love that.
It just keeps me on path to going where I want to go.
Love that. Love that. And tell us a little bit more about that personalized feedback that you feel
Mhm.
like has been really helpful for you as well. Because I know even as well, like now that you're working with clients, of course, I want to constantly keep looking over your work and give you feedback, or even the coaching calls as well, where I give you, clarity whenever you have specific questions as well. Like break that down, how that's really been helpful for you.
Mhm. Yeah, especially for my mind, it be going everywhere sometimes. There's so much stuff that's like happening in my mind. And so it's really good, yeah, just to be like, have someone to go to that can, yeah, I mean, just like, that can talk to, get some clarity on for stuff like that. I mean, yeah, especially like let's just take example of just like writing copy. When you're first writing copy, you could whatever. I remember submitting so many things to you that I was like, this is banger, but this is so good.
Yeah.
And then I submitted and you pointed out some things and I was like, oh snap, it's not very good. Or, and you'll just kind of get their critique. So
Mhm.
at the moment when you think you could be doing right, it's just good to have someone there to be like, this may not be the best way to do, or let's think about it some other ways, and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I think one thing as well, like now that you like kind of bring it up as entrepreneurs, of course we're lone wolves of we make decisions on our own. We, work ultimately on our own. But
Mhm.
the best thing that you can also do is I personally believe that I've even seen as well, and you bring it up as well, is having somebody who has been in your shoes before and has the results that you want. Because of course, right? Of course, trying to figure it on your own, of course, you can may do it, but understand as well, it may take years, it may take months, to try to figure it out on your own. And, for most people, I know for myself as well, when I was first starting my copywriting journey, and for my first 4 months, even until it was $6 on Upwork, I was thinking
Mhm.
about giving up. And at the time, I didn't really have anybody to give me that path, right? So I think the biggest thing about as you're growing as an entrepreneur, and whatever type of business, whether it be copywriting business, another type of business as well, is just having somebody by your side, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, entrepreneurship it can get extremely lonely, especially if
Mhm.
you don't have nobody by your side to make sure really stay tunnel vision towards the end goal that you're trying to achieve. You could kind of be like a squirrel, like going all over the place,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, for sure, for sure. And break it down with everybody. What do you feel like has been really the most effective thing about the program, that has really helped you out, really on a skill level and on a business mindset level as well? And why was it so effective?
Man, it would. I guess it would probably have to be the if I was to sum it in one word, it'd be community. So I mean, yeah, from like your help and everything, that's amazing. And then also just, like seeing everybody else's wins and stuff like that.
Mm,
That's yeah, that 100% it keeps me focused whenever I get distracted or something. Then I'll see something like pop up in the group chat. I'm like, oh, okay, go to bed.
yeah,
See some wins, get to celebrate with people. I would say, yeah, I would say the community, kind of like you said, like being an
love that.
entrepreneur, it can be like a lone wolf type of thing. But if you surround yourself with every person with a lot of people that are chasing the same thing, it man, it makes it so much easier not to give up. And a lot about business is just not giving up and trying to, not giving up and keep learning and learning.
For
So
sure, for
yeah.
sure. And break that down a little bit more about that community, because I think it's an extremely powerful thing, when somebody in the community says, hey, just landed a client as well, and somebody else who is again still trying to land their first set of client or trying to land another client as well. I feel like what that the community does, it motivates other people to continue pushing forward. So break that down with us as to really what the community has done, um, in terms of pushing you and motivating you as well, and really making it feel like you're not alone in your journey. Rather, you have a other group of people that you could constantly communicate with and really stick by your side as well.
Mhm. Yeah. For me, I'm a bit competitive, and so that one helps out like a ton. Yeah, because I definitely want to do the best, and I'm like competitive myself. But when I see other people like getting a new client or like dropping some copy and it's like fire and stuff, I'm like, oh hex yeah, like I want to be up
Yeah,
there, and I definitely want to like do my best. And so yeah, just seeing other people, yeah, it just keeps the fire going. Whenever when I would be getting distracted or feeling down because things are like a little bit slow, as that happens. And then yeah, I mean just seeing other people, like I said, being a part of a community that we're all going after the same thing. Um, yeah, it just helps. I don't know how to explain it, but I mean just having people around you, that's I've heard a lot of people say, just get some people around you because if you try to do it by yourself, man, you've got to have a mindset of steel because if you don't, you end up giving up. But you have people around you. it makes a world of difference. It makes it so much easier to keep going.
1,000%, 1,000%. I think that's the power of a community. Like
Mhm.
Napoleon Hill says it best. Like, if you ever read Think and Grow Rich, I forgot exactly how the line goes, but he talks about the power of having a mastermind, right? Like different brains kind of merging all together onto one thing. That's essentially what the communities are supposed to be built for, right? When you have another mind and another mind, another mind all coming together and everybody's kind of like connecting one another, building relationships with one another, motivating one another, pushing one another as well. I think that's the foundation of really I would say a family at the end of the day,
Yeah.
right? A family of people that are constantly growing, constantly improving, and really doing whatever it takes to get to the end goal, whatever the end goal looks like, whether it
Mhm.
be getting to that first 5, 6, 7, 8, 10K, right? Everybody's constantly keep pushing forward, pushing themselves forward as well, right? And for you, after really going through, the process, the programs, well, and of course, is we're gonna have a lot more testimonies as well, and a lot more interviews going through your way. But what do you feel like has been the biggest outcome for you? Has it been really improving your skills? Is it now landing clients compared to before? Because Anissa, that was really the biggest problem for you of how to build a business, how to get clients as well. So, what do you feel like was the biggest outcome for you?
Yeah, it would be, I mean, landing clients and having the skills to like be able to like deliver results and like make clients happy and stuff.
Mm.
Because you can land clients, but if you can't write good copy, then you're not going to
Yeah,
keep them.
yeah, for
And
sure.
you could be writing great copy, but if you don't know how to get clients, then your business isn't going to grow. So I guess a combination of the both
Love that.
is that's the biggest thing that's happened for sure.
Love that. Love that. And do you feel like there has been um really some sort of change within yourself since you first began the program to where you're at right now?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Nah,
Mm,
yeah. They say well, entrepreneurship is like the best personal development course or whatever that you can take.
yeah, sure.
So yeah, I mean, when it comes to copywriting, yeah, I mean, my skills have gotten so much better. And then also just like, personally when it comes to like discipline, focus, patience as well. Yeah.
Mm.
Not just with copywriting, but yeah, just like personally as well. Yeah, we've definitely grown.
Love that. Love that. And I think what you brought up as well is patience. I think patience
Mhm.
is really a massive piece. And of course, like you want to take the action, like Gary Vee talks about as well. Like you want to have mac was it I think he believe he says macro patience, micro speed. I believe it goes like that. I
Mhm.
believe it goes like that. But essentially, like you want to take action, but your patience level has to be at an all-time high,
Yeah.
right? Like you need
Yeah.
to take the consistent action. You have to keep pushing through as well. But at the same time, understand that everybody's ultimately going through the same, trying to get to the same goal as you. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So what exactly does that mean? Essentially, since everybody has going through the same, trying to get to the same goal as you have to show the world, God, the universe, why you deserve it compared to somebody else. And there will be obstacles that constantly go through, but the ones that's ultimately is going to get the goal is the ones who are able to push through that obstacle. Right. So I think, you bringing up Paige is a massive, massive piece, especially in entrepreneurship, because I'm telling you, like things can go left, things can go right, things can go to Jamaica, down to Cuba, down to XYZ. But
Yeah.
but if you stay patient long enough, you do the consistent action, you do the right things, you get the right personal feedback to make sure you're doing the necessary things to keep yourself moving forward, eventually things will work out, right? And for you, do you feel like the accountability has been an important piece as well for, you getting clients, now writing copy for other clients as well? Like, do you feel like that accountability piece has really helped you along your journey?
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, if I was doing the lone wolf, shoot, who knows what happened? But with the accountability, it's definitely helped me stay locked in and
Mm,
focus on like the goal. Yeah.
love that. Love that, love that, love that. I
Mhm.
think, yeah, it's again, I think with accountability as well, accountability is a massive, massive piece.
Hmm.
massive piece to growth, massive piece to, again, ultimately making sure you just stay aligned to the path that you're trying to accomplish.
Hmm.
Right. And tell everybody else well, like, where do you feel like you would be right now if you decided not to take action to join the program? So if we were to, rewind back a year ago around this time, right? And I
Yeah.
was like, hey Zion, the program is XYZ, you're gonna get this, and this. Right. You're
Hmm.
like, Nick, I don't know if I'm gonna do this. Where
Yeah.
do you think you would be right now, at that time if you decided not to take action?
Yeah. I would probably be, let me see. I'd be working some yearly or like I would be working some 9 to 5 job. I already know. Because I still get so many kind of like offers and like people. There's this app called Handshake for college people, but I get a ton of offers because I graduated and they see like my degree and stuff like that right now. So I'm pretty sure I just would have picked like one of them up or been a
Mhm.
sales rep for like some company or something.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. And do you feel like for you as well, like since you took the action, like you feel more satisfied with the fact that you're now doing something for yourself, right? Because I know
Mhm.
you said that was really the ultimate goal for you, like you wanted to do something for yourself. And do you feel like you're at that stage where you feel like now that you have your own business, like you're working with people as well, like you've ultimately unlocked that freedom of working for yourself and ultimately not having to rely on the 9 to 5 job, rather you have more control on your income, your time, and even your money as well.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, copywriting like entrepreneurship is a grind, but
Yeah.
I think it'd be more painful for me to be like working like a 9 to 5 for somebody and like not having complete freedom of my life than just like the grind and stuff like that of entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 100% worth it. I still keep in touch with some of my friends from like university and stuff like that, and like my roommates and stuff. They work at a 9 to 5, and like yeah, just like seeing them be like gotta go to work, and like not
Yeah.
having just like control and stuff like that. It's I'm reminded every day of how happy I am to be chasing copywriting and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And I think even kind of thinking about that as well, like I could see how you could be an inspiration for a lot of people. Like maybe like a lot of your friends, a lot of your family members being like, wow, if Zion is able to do this by himself, like he's growing his own business, like he's working with clients as well, like you can inspire other people to maybe transition into doing
Mm-hmm.
something as well, of whether it be being a copywriter or, building up their own business or coaching, whatever the case may be. But I think you doing that probably inspires a lot of people. Do you feel that way?
100%. Yeah, 100%. Man,
Nice.
I try to get my sister all the time, every time I talk to her. I'm like, bro, because
Yeah,
she's in university right now with a psychology major. And
nice.
I'm like, I would try to like, start your own business or like once I get up, I'm gonna hire you as like I don't know, cultural marketing expert or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely, yeah, hopefully I'm an inspiration. And I think, yeah, being a business owner is the way to go.
Yeah, and I can definitely see that as well. I feel like, it's not normal for and you're 20, right, Don? Just so I'm clear. 21?
22.
22, 22.
Yeah, 22.
22, 22. So again, like it's not like in the norm of, 22-year-old, in myself 23,
Mhm,
of being their own business owner, right? I
mhm,
think it's powerful when, there's younger individuals trying to pave a way for themselves, for their family as well. Right. And I
yeah,
and really hearing exactly, even like hearing your friends as well, like, of course they're working job making money as well, but it is inspiring. And I hope it's they feel inspired by you and even your family as well, of the fact that what's possible when you want to chase a goal and you're willing to do whatever it takes to do that, right? And
mhm,
ultimately building a business as well.
yeah, 100%,
Sure, for sure,
100%.
for sure. And my last question to you is, if there is, anyone right now who is really on the fence of joining the program or booking a call with me, to really talk about, what the program can do for them,
Mhm.
kind of break it down. What exactly would you say to that one person?
Yeah, if they're on the fence, um, I would say, yeah, if they're on the fence, I would say make sure this is something you want to do. And if this is actually something you want to do, then, or like copywriting is something you want to do, then, there's no reason to wait any longer because there's the gap between mind and action, or yeah, between thought and action. And if you just don't do any action, it's going to keep getting bigger and bigger, and it's going to be harder to start. And then you'll be regretting that you never started. So if it's actually something you want to do, you know, just do it. Just jump in and do it.
Love it. Love it. Love it. I'm actually gonna put my Calendly link. So for those of you that do want to book a call, if you guys haven't seen inside the community, right now we have a 50% discount for a program. And this is ending on November 26th at 12 a.m. EST. Right. So now we're only accepting 4 more people inside the program. But for those that do want to take action, we have a 50% discount. I'm going on to the program. But other than that, though, Zan, I want to say, man, it was pleasure to have this interview with you, man. Like I see the growth, I see the mindset shift on exactly how you now operate as now your own copywriting business owner, right?
Mhm.
And again, like there's definitely, more success coming in terms of, you getting more clients, you growing the income as well. But it's crazy to see what can happen within a year.
Yeah, it's
It's
crazy.
crazy, man. It's
It's
crazy,
crazy.
man. And it's only
But
going to get bigger as well. Yep, as you were saying.
I'm gonna say, yeah, but no, it's just very exciting. It's very
Yeah.
exciting. Can't wait for the future.
For sure, for sure. Well, for those of you that are watching this right now, show some love to Zion. Zion is, getting clients. He's growing as well. He was able to earn up to 8,000 so far inside his copywriting business. And again, there's more success for Zion coming the way, and there's gonna be a lot more interviews. You guys are gonna see a lot more Zion's face in the next couple months coming through. All right, man.
Yes,
So
sir.
Zion, I'll message you right after. But other than that, man, have yourself a blessed one. And for those of you that watch this, I hope this was inspiring for you, impactful for you as well. And yeah, we'll chat soon.
That's it. All right,
All right,
talk to y'all
brother.
later.
Bye
See you,
bye.
Nick.